Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of the Midweek Minutes. Attached to this email that got you this video is our leadership roster proposal for the next year, beginning July 1st, for the rest of 2021 and the first half of 2022. I want to talk with you just a few moments about this Sunday. Of course, we have worship at 11. We want you to be present. You know the drill. You're here at 11 o'clock. And you can also connect online, and you know how to do that by now, we trust. Go to our website, click the blue Watch Now button in the red banner on our homepage, and that'll take you directly to the worship service. But it's after the worship service, things that I want to talk with you about for just a few moments. I want to remind you that this Sunday, June 27th, following the morning service, at approximately 12:15, we are going to gather in the sanctuary for our annual called business meeting, and we will present and discuss two items, and two items only. It is not a general meeting. You won't be hearing reports. We won't really be able to field questions about various other church activities type things. This is just for the budget and the leadership roster. And so as those questions pertain to one of those two items or both, we'll certainly be able to answer those in the course of that discussion. You've had opportunity to send questions, and we have received a few. We'll be answering those as we get into the meeting for all to hear. But those are the only two items: our budget and the leadership roster for this coming year. We will be presenting those both in the sanctuary and streaming that meeting as well. Now, for those of you who are church members, after the worship service, we will end. It will not be a continual stream. We will take a break, and about 12:15, after about 15-20 minutes or so, we'll begin that meeting. Church members will receive a link that allows you to, just as we did last month, connect to that business meeting. You'll have an opportunity probably about noon or so, maybe a few minutes after, you'll be receiving that link. So if you are at home and watching online for worship and you wish to participate in the business meeting, you have that opportunity to do so online. Know that it, again, will not be a continual stream. You don't go to the website and click Watch Now. Check your email inbox, and shortly after the end of our service, you'll be receiving an email from the church that contains the link that will take you to that private streaming. It's not just going to be open to anybody wandering around the internet. And so that link will be sent to those of you who are church members. For those of you not, you are certainly welcome to stay and visit and listen to the meeting like always, which brings me to this point. The best thing for you to do, if you are interested, is to be present in that meeting. We are regathering safely, and we hope that you'll begin joining with us. For those of you who are not able to, we certainly understand. We understand the concerns and the protocols. So we're providing certainly the streaming worship. We continue to do that. And of course, the streaming for the business meeting to accommodate those concerns and those needs. So if you choose to be here, that would be my first choice and encouragement for you. But if you need to stay home, we do have that streaming option. If you have any questions, you certainly can interject those. We have sent to church members the budget, a letter of explanation, contact information for individuals to whom you can direct questions. We've received a couple of questions here in the office. I have. And so we're going to deal with those matters in the context of that discussion on Sunday for all to hear. If you are watching online and something comes up, you'll be able to send a text or to reach out. But really the best way, if you have any questions or concerns, submit those prior to the meeting. And especially if you are watching online, it's going to make it much easier for you. And then we are going to vote all the same way. If you're at home, don't think your voting situation is going to be any different than those present, because we're not going to take the vote. We'll do the presentation, and then we will table that, technically, I believe is the term, to be voted on in the next few hours through the next few days for both of the items in question. And so here's what's going to happen. After the business meeting, we will sign off. We'll give you further instructions and encouragements as we wrap up that meeting. But here's what you can expect, just like we did last year. About 2 o'clock or so on Sunday afternoon, you'll receive an additional email. Not just those of you watching at home, but all church members. This is the way that all church members will vote. And it will be what is called a Survey Monkey. It sounds like a silly name, but it's the service we used before. We've used it for other things. And you'll have an opportunity. There'll be 2 questions. It'll be a yes or no on either one, the budget and the leadership roster. You'll submit that. Once you click it and hit submit, that is the one time that you get to do that. And your vote will be registered with the church office. You have an opportunity to do that as early as the moment you receive that email on Sunday afternoon, but we're giving you until 5 p.m., which is essentially the end of the business day, on Wednesday, June 30th. So you have several days. And here's why we're doing that. That allows you not only to participate in the meeting, you've had a run up, you've received information, you've had opportunity to question, you've had opportunity to listen to those answers and hear the presentations. And then we're going to give you a few days to digest some of that. If there are any further questions that you still wish have some clarity on, we certainly can provide that. And you will be able to reach out in the same manner that you can now by contacting those appropriate leaders or the church office. For those of you who might struggle with doing the online balloting, just like last year, we are offering to you any assistance, whether it's just over the phone or whether it is to come to your home and help you. We have leadership team folks who are ready to help you do that. They won't vote for you, but they'll help you get your email open and walk you through that if you need that assistance. We certainly want to make this as easy for each of you who are church members as possible to vote. And then for those, obviously they're not watching this, but if we have 1 or 2 that have nothing to do with computers, and what about them? Well, we are, just like last year, making accommodations for them to be able to register their vote. But this is in keeping with the protocols and the standards of being an incorporated entity in the Commonwealth of Virginia. As a nonprofit, we have to, when we have members or anyone who is a stakeholder, as whatever the case may be, we have to give the equal opportunity and the equal system for being able to pass a vote or to make a vote and to cast a ballot. So that's what we're doing, and that's why we're doing this again. Hopefully next year we necessarily won't do that unless it's something the church finds helpful. It gives you an opportunity to have plenty of time before the meeting and during the meeting to process it, as well as afterwards. And you'll have an opportunity to respond. So know that we'll walk you through it if you need some assistance with that, but it should be pretty simple. And so look for that link for the ballot later on Sunday afternoon. We're targeting about 2 o'clock that afternoon. But again, you have until the end of the business day, 5 p.m. on Wednesday, June 30th. And so that's what I have for you. There's some bulleted items that kind of summarize that with some information. You'll get the link to the meeting just after church on Sunday. And then you'll get the link for the ballots a few hours after the meeting around 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. If you have any questions, if you need another copy of the ballot or a copy of the resources, the budget and so forth, we can send you one digitally. Again, we have hard copies here in the church office. We will have hard copies like we did Sunday. We'll have copies available of both of those items for the business meeting. We're just trying to flood the zone, so to speak, of getting that information to you, giving you plenty of time to ask some questions and to discuss them. And then hopefully cast the ballot as the Lord would lead you. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Sunday mornings. Very simple questions. We do this every year. Don't expect the meeting necessarily to go very long. And notice too, as I mentioned last week, you should have received that budget. You've got a cover letter. I've given you some encouragement. You can go back and watch that midweek minutes from a week ago or so and get some further information about our budget, but it is essentially something very workable and looks pretty good. And so we're excited to present that to you. So have a great rest of the week. We'll see you Sunday for worship, and we'll see you Sunday as we present these two items for both discussion and then in the hours and days to come for your decision. And we'll connect with you one way or the other. Again, my encouragement, be there for worship and in person in the sanctuary, be there for that discussion in person in the sanctuary. And if not, we're making those accommodations available online for you. Again, if you need assistance on any of that, please feel free to reach out to us. We want to make it as easy a process for each of you as we can. Thanks. Have a great rest of the day.